While Microsoft Excel is a brilliant tool for processing raw data, before you can start to process that data, you may first need to reorientate it. For example, so that it appears as a row instead of a column or vice versa. One method we can use to do this is to highlight our text, right-click our mouse, and from the quick menu choose Copy. Then highlighting a blank cell, right-clicking our mouse again, and either under the heading Paste Options, choose the Transpose icon, or select Paste Special, and choose Transpose. You should then find a copy of your highlighted data which has been formatted in its alternative orientation, which in our example has been transposed to columns. While the copy and paste method works well, it's no good if we need our rows of raw data to be dynamically linked, which is where data in our rows can be updated or amended, with that change then automatically represented in our transposed columns. So if we need to dynamically link our data, it's better to use the transpose function. Now we could use the function wizard to help us to create our transpose formula. However, we prefer to try and build formulas ourselves, as this will not only give us a better understanding of how formulas are constructed, but it should also make it easier to troubleshoot spreadsheets in the future. If we first select the cell where we want our data to be transposed to, and then type an equal sign to signify to Excel that we want to use a function, we now need to tell Excel what function we wish to use by typing transpose. Next, we need to open a bracket to instruct Excel as to where we want it to look. So we're now going to set our array, which are the cells that we want Excel to transpose. We can do this either using our mouse pointer, or if the list of data is too long, by entering the first cell in our array of data, typing a colon, then adding the last cell that will be in our data array. Finally, we need to use a close bracket to tell Excel that we're at the end of the function. Now when we press enter on our keyboard, we should find that the transpose function has duplicated our data into columns. However, unlike copy and paste special, if we make a change to the data in our column, the data in our transpose row will automatically get updated. It's worth noting that we can use the transpose function to change the orientation of multiple data sets. So for example, if we need to transpose a table with more than one column or row, then we can use the transpose function by simply including the extra columns or rows in our range. However, a problem with using transpose is that formatting will not be carried over from the transpose cells, so you will need to manually add any formatting to your transposed table. The reason why you can see formatting in the top row of our table is that the formatting was inherited from when we demonstrated how to transpose data using copy and paste special. The final way we can transpose data is by using the Power Query editor, which typically is reserved for very large data sets as it's considered to be a very powerful tool that will take time to learn. If we select the Data tab, and from the ribbon choose Get Data, we are presented with a list of options for different data sources. While the scope of this video does not allow us to go into any depth on these options, as our data set is in a worksheet, we're going to choose the option From Other Sources, and then select From Table / Range. We're now prompted to create a table, so we're going to use our mouse pointer to select the range of data that we wish to transpose. After clicking OK, we're shown the Power Query editor with a copy of our data in a table format. Now if from the menu bar we select the Transform tab, and in the ribbon choose Transpose, the orientation of the data in our table will change. If we now click File and choose Close and Load, the Power Query editor we'll add the table to our Excel spreadsheet. So to summarize, in this video we took a look at the 3 different ways that we can use Excel to transpose data, with the first being to use copy and paste, the second being to use the transpose function, and the third being to use the Power Query Editor.